The sun hot. The sun hot. Man in the long months. Then they say where they pass, and meet up me man them. They say Emma still see they on the way they walk. I say party game money, no party game lock. The way me man they look me, I no see them shock like Emma see now come game go lock. The body bad say let we chop you one block. Got long shot, me man them this gun. Me man them say this thing no come up and fun. But let them guy forget small but them pockets. But the way them got a full soup and the cake. Have fun for on a ground step then they take them really big fence. Now they no more for make them so one bad man. Me they say now waiting. Why me for the talk so to me shoulder and the khaki? He say in fact, could I give me button? Yeah, I say you back could I give you button? He say why me for the talk so like that other party picking. You know they take that in that other party picking. I say if you want, be black party picking. Me na original salon bubble ticking. Them money no lock me I take it. For the sick people they suffer they dance party picking. So hold it along the line. The sister them buck up on the whole line. The right way then they fight for they on the line. The brothers then they involve bank crime. Propaganda they fly up big time. Young man and they run out of time. They are no more like the old times. Fan they keep pumping and the bank time. All we are in nowadays now more time. Somebody catch me say fine yeah they around. And I say correct. Oh fine molly I we are go tell pa we na his sons and daughters. Tell pa say people and they suffer. Tell pa say system hard water. Tell pa we were managing the the gutter. Maybe we better. We get bread we no get butter. But majority no get bread before I say butter. Una wait first. We don't land kids. When we don't link. Angry they kill we. Now that time una want pinch pan the pinch and give we. Angry man no get choice. All man no say angry man no get voice. You ain't get me let them go buy for you toys. Now so they enter small boys. Small boys now they sabi cause noise. Small boys now they sabi rejoice. And now the system is for the smartest boys. Hiding the wolf in the sheep these guys. Every day I they call it these guys. Man not to God now only God wise. But man will be in the battle. Link now they corner one then they photo. Then say they don't know how long we go dead on this life. Elected or selected, anyone he be now, the people disappointed. When say from where they do, now the matches so not just the catch. Let them move bust bam matches. Them get it for money, move bust bam matches. Move bust bam matches. Constitutional right. Now I use the money tip and now we are. Like now they force them for see money. Move bust bam matches. So funny. What's we come with a funny. Move bust bam matches. They want scatter let alone pupa we. Move bust bam matches. Subhanallah, but the ranka don't book up on them. Abarenga on the try. So propaganda. Them say the power na them this. They know I hear nothing. All man much for batting. But I lie then they lie. The God no they lie. The ranka don't book up on them. Them just the crash. Put ya, so patch. Them say let we watch, now then get the match. Money not the tire, who's angry man they watch. Then they walk up a week, Munku boss bam matches. Then they take money, Munku boss bam matches. So funny, Munku boss bam matches. Why you not the wicked, the people for waiting. See dumb and the voice of the people for waiting. You know, who that a be for waiting. I will show you, who that a be for waiting. Leadership without the people now waiting. Waiting then, who not they do for we. When who not just, they award who not safe with button and capu all thing. Who not left with nothing, nothing. So nothing, all the thief money, keep na bank na nothing. Juju and spiritual chant na nothing. The host them, who not the plant na nothing. The fine baby them plant na nothing. Na vanity on na nothing. Na daddy God na landlord power na nothing. As we give up the ghost to the rotting. Like a pillar and a post na nothing. Take time where you the boss go. Nobody promise you tomorrow. I sin for be careful for waiting. Now God gets life. All this gingin and nothing. Waiting get this gingin, this bing. Diaspora, we say they bring can change. Now we change them. We give them bonus and the change. We all the bank time. Now they enjoy the change. They say we can't change salon. Only one day where they shout Hosanna. Mankind we connect to the family system. You ain't not free for join the system. Well, you ain't not ever you don't get problem. Oh, hold it. Adebayo, just they buy. All the land na the city they buy. Shares na the company them all they buy. Country they go, just they buy. People they suffer, just they buy. Side they pull the money for they buy. Say anybody way act like die. Say we can't stop and but God no they lie. Hold it. Along the line, broko boss then a line. scratch generator, then they buy time. Water no they run, na they pump line. Education no rotting down the pipeline. We there no more like the old times. Them I just like we the bank time. All we hearing nowadays, now more time. Somebody scratch me say fine, yeah, they around. And I say correct, oh fine bolly eye. We a tell pass, yeah, all I'm only the kill we. Ask pass, how come me know they feel we? Tell her make you check, somebody they conceal with the intellect. My inside but to then seal we. Let you not be say, not to robots and they bill we, man and they bill. But to not don't deal we, man they were up. Walking all day, all man broke. Joking all day, una go wait for us, stay with all lanky, where we don't link. Angry they kill we, now that time una want pinch off and didn't change we. Angry man no get choice, angry man no get voice. You will get me let them go buy for you toys. Now so then they enter small boys. Small boys now they sabi cause noise. Small boys now they sabi rejoice. And now the system is for the smartest boys. Hiding the wolf in the sheep these guys. Every day I they call it these guys. Man not to God, now only God wise. But man no be in the battle. Lean now then corner 1-1 then the photo. Then say they don't know how long we go there for this life. Elected or selected, anyone it be now, the people disappointed. Then say from where they do, now the matches will not just the crash. Munku boss man matches. Them get it for money. Munku boss man matches. Munku boss man matches. Constitutional right. Now I use the money tip and now we are. Like now they force them for see money. Munku boss man matches. So funny. Munku boss man matches. Put me country for funny. Munku boss man matches. They want scatter Lebanon, pupa we. Munku boss man matches. Subuhana la, but the ranka don't go cook on them. Munku boss man matches. Abarenga no the try. Boss man matches. So propaganda. Boss man say go another office. Boss man matches. They know I hear nothing. Boss man matches. All man much for batting. Boss man matches. But I lie then they lie. Boss man matches. The God no they lie. Boss man matches. The ranka don't go cook on them. Munku boss man matches. Police. Lebele committee. They know I know nothing. I say Monday to Friday, now for lebele. The only way for survive, for lebele. You for wear the polo, you for lebele. If you not get an ID card, you not go get the work. All man for lebele. Join the friends and family. All man for lebele. Or you become the enemy, you go be the enemy. Then say correct, you don't press wrong button. Now we you want fasting. Finally you rush on go shutting. This is what you go batting. Soon you go be long forgotten. They say the power on vex. That's the way then they have up and the power in vex. Pass the pass, self forget in vex. Party picking say if me no pull up on the button. You know the play to say in the get living. They get for boil dry rest na morning. You know mix and keep the fire burning. If not now the dead go wait for the living. Now the community they say the power on vex. Chairman no go talk. They say the power go vex. Now the parliament they say the power on vex. Honorable no go talk. They say the power go vex. In the court of law they say the power on vex. The judges no go talk. They say the power go vex. Now the media they say the power on vex. Reporters no go talk. They say the power go vex. Can't see where then they have up and the power in vex. Pass the pass and forget in vex. The sun hot. The sun hot. Man in the long nuts. Fambolem, I know say ding I get boku talk, but this is not gonna be long like the last one. This is gonna be very short. I want to start by asking one question. Them Briar, now road construction company, them be bar or na then a government? Because of all the things that people and they grumble, but then they give we back talk say free no see road. Hey, we go see we don't build this road. Man angry, we talk and say you're angry, then say you no see road. I tell ya. But we government to get collaborative efforts, Bobs. All the other ministries that don't left their own work what they're supposed to do for we. Now the road on man don't concentrate pan. Ministry of Health, then they make road. Ministry of Finance, then they make road. Agriculture, then they make road. This road. This country get education problem. This country get housing problem. This country get electricity problem. This country get water problem. People really they suffer for water even inside the capital city. Another thing, this country not get one good medical facility, and most of the young people they not get work. Although every now and then we hear in a radio say they don't employ 40,000 youth, they don't employ 60,000 youth. Who that they employ? Who not sabi. The company we employ them, we no know. But Salombo all man no in company bo. Una back. If man and they get work, you know, the propaganda machine don't begin pull smoke. Anyways, tire for talk, tire for grumble, tire for vex. Now just dey look una no more. Una just dey cratch. Na cratch for una. Sand must come up on una net. One respect they no get for we dey so shameful thing that they do. Shameful thing the way shameful to the country. So wetin now una wan tell we about change of attitude? Wey una we suppose for copy from una attitude nowhere close. In fact, una tell we wetin we suppose for learn from una. Because me the only thing we me know say una dey teach people them. Na for get for bashi. But do ya una pull and pa we constitution boya? Why una dey shape we money for change am for suit una comfort? No, na left and so, left and so. If una wan amend something, say, if una look for the one wey dey benefit the people and we, na the people and property, not una own. Una don't water down we expectations them take. Now for late talk near man say Salone is the richest country in the world. Then go nearly one bet you for talk that already. They not dey believe. So now we don't left pan where then scatter 2 bags cement na ground. Then call her infrastructural development. All my well for logo dance. Then give 2 Panadol na hospital. Then call her free medical. Me famble them, this is Sierra Leone. No, we are the richest country in the world. This is paradise on earth. We not supposed for suffer. We too small for the money where we get, for the riches that we get. Famble them, we are the Athens of West Africa. Well, not anymore. In fact, they don't want to make people even know say na so the country get money. Go they listen there when they talk no more. All them, you know say Salompo. We not pour nothing. We not money making machine. We get potential for make money. We get water. We grown fertile. We get diamond. We get bauxite. We get rutile. We get iron ore. We get titanium ore. We get gold. We get chromite. Hey, we then don't thief say the country don't crack. Now look on the world map no more downside by the left part. Now the west coast of Africa. Salon don't crack. Ew. Okay, on a very serious note, they don't even find out say Salon gets oil. Well, now then I don't red pan now, and get all these fats, we see them the fats themselves so man no one go, they want push the temptation for me to that oil money back, kapu all the thing and eat out to themselves. Then with the people not benefit nothing, like I will not get nothing for sure for the last 50 something years. Then I get we home for member, then we honorable who vote for go represent we. But most of them they under that brown envelope payroll. They bell them for change the constitution per we in their own favor. And in fact, the only thing where they care then go up yonder, I for go check for donor funding project. If letter come or not. If letter not come, whoop, they don't go. Honorable. Hey yeah, the minister there, hey yeah. I tell you, say, Papa go rating this bar. Then they can walk to them 1-2 o'clock afternoon. And when they reach back, can't see tension. Wetin na talk canteen, look at back. Minister don't come. Now so people go back in the office, they wait for him since 8 o'clock morning. Mr. Minister, they just they can take 30 minutes to sign 1-2 documents. They don't go. You wear your paper laid on a table for 3 weeks. You not sign. You go behave yourself. You go know what for do. If you say Mr. Minister na public service, you depend. Then don't turn the country to private business venture. All the taxation now, the country income now them profit people they cry every day. Then they make stuff like selling in the area. Every weekend then they down at the new city. Then they chill, they boil away money. Coco bear, now they enjoy Now then same thing are the old politician left do mama or papa then tea then doll. Now then just left pan. Oh Salone. Now then no more than nipa do you have big let yourself no can join say yourself all pool be a white be a yourself so who they talk they feel free once you not call nobody who not cost nobody who not fit nobody who just talk the true not true not get middle name and not get last name na name true I see name true so na name true no more done you not illegal or unconstitutional for talk to at least Coco better not pass that law they hit Fakaba say once you not go na bush and all gone make we talk. We problems them, make we talk. Then go listen we, and then go rectify and solve them. Una we can say una the chap, and they collect the money in the envelope. Una feel say them bra full ba. Better, then go just give una money so no more. How una they eat the money na so una the slow. Me no say una not take the money when they give una money But when they give the money, if you na Muslim, let go them heavy surah them. If you being a Christian, spill the blood of Jesus pandemonium and broke every spell. So if anything arise for make a national decision, you go clear, you go get your right senses. But right now, all my way they collect that brown envelope, nah, not clear. Anyways, I promise say not go long reach the last one, and in reach the last one it's though. But still, we'll cut on and so we'll go end down for today. And remember, still then a cowyard, I be drink me goat's pepper soup and drink me red wine, being responsible. Bad Shabga, still here looking fly. This is Emerson, the last man still standing.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is Emerson Bokari from Freetown, Sierra Leone. Of course, now with the powers vested in us here at Sherix Broadcast Network, we have crowned Emerson Bokari as the SBN patriot of all time. Of course, it is an undeniable fact that this brother of ours is doing a fantastic job, and he has been like this for so many years now. Of course, Emerson Bokari is well renowned for his for being a fearless musical artist, and of course, for being the best social commentator, and of course, for being the best Sierra Leonean who speaks truth to the power through his music, and of course for his music lyrics being very straight, very honest, and of course very rare. And of course, because of all of that which our brother is doing out there in Sierra Leone, talking about the issues, the real issues, how the ordinary Sierra Leonean feels on the streets of Sierra Leone, Emerson Bokari is fearlessly talking about it. And so we are crowning Emerson Bokari as the SBN patriot of all time. Right? That is what we are going to do today. And of course, we have a package for you. We're going to continue to bring you information, and of course, bring you news, information, and education right from our studio. Of course, today we're going to be in the red room. Okay? We're going to be in the red room. Of course, everything is going to be red around us today. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, Emerson Bokari, a musical artist of Sierra Leone, has been crowned as the SBN patriot of all time for his stance on issues in Sierra Leone through his musical lyrics. And so Emerson Bokari, we are hoping to bring you on Sherix Broadcast Network to talk to you exclusively about your talent. All right? So ladies and gentlemen, stick around with us. All right, and so ladies and gentlemen, from the red room right here in Houston, Texas, of course, studio number 8, I want to welcome each and every one of you out there watching our show, listening to our programs. We appreciate you from every aspect, of course, for what you do, for continuing to follow us. Of course, if this is your first time joining us, we want to take this opportunity to officially welcome you to Sherix Broadcast Network and to assure you of our commitment to excellence. Of course, today is another day, another edition, and we are coming to you live from Houston, Texas, precisely from the Red Room, and of course from studio number 8. We have a package for you today. Of course, as we usually do, we always bring you a package, and that package includes news from Sierra Leone as published by various Sierra Leonean newspapers. We're going to be bringing that to you. Of course, Ms. Edline Finney is going to be here to bring that to you exclusively. And of course, in the previous 2 weeks, we brought you an exclusive historical perspective on the two main political parties in Sierra Leone. 2 weeks ago, we brought you a historical perspective of the Sierra Leone People's Party, or the SLPP, which is the main opposition party in Sierra Leone. And of course, last week we brought you a historical perspective of the All People's Congress, or the APC, which is the incumbent political party in the country. And so what we're going to do today is to compare the two, summarize, because we are doing this as a result of the fact that we receive suggestions from our viewers, as we always do. Sherix Broadcast Network operates on suggestions and comments from our viewers. So our viewers want us to bring you a summary between the two political parties because of their impact on politics in Sierra Leone. So based on everything we have presented to you in the past 2 weeks, we are going to present you a summary of the two political parties and leave you to decide as to who is who or which is which between the two political parties in Sierra Leone. All right? And of course, going further, we are also going to bring you an exclusive information on a very vibrant group that has erupted in Sierra Leone, which is spreading as like a wildfire all over the world. And that group is Campaign for National Unity, which is cutting across everything. Of course, we are going to talk to the regional coordinators, the regional secretary general and the regional coordinator of that group based in North America, or precisely in the United States. We are going to talk to those gentlemen about the Campaign for National Unity in Sierra Leone. Of course, after that, we are going to bring you entertainment, and of course, we're going to bring you some more information. And so for right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to transfer you into the newsroom where Miss Edline Finney is going to bring you news as published by various newspapers from Sierra Leone. And so I want you to stick around for that news. All right? So stick around.
News, sports, entertainment and more. From Sherix Broadcast Network. Presented by the SBN News anchor, Edline Finney.
Hello everyone.
Hello everyone, welcome to SBN News Desk, and I am Edline Finney. Here are the news headlines. Sierra Express Media, April 20th, 2016. Sierra Leone motorbike taxi riders protest restriction. Political Sierra Leone, April 19, 2016 doesn't take up the hijab in northern Sierra Leone. Minister of Political and Public Affairs and her deputy yesterday called down a demonstration organized by members of Sierra Leone commercial motorbike riders in Freetown. According to the unions, Public Relations Officer Samuel said they took to the streets to register their dissatisfaction with a high degree of harassment by traffic police officers. The pro alleged that the traffic police officers are in the habit of arresting bike riders for no cause, adding that many regular police officers have abandoned their duties and taken to the streets as bike riders. Samuel Sese also alleged that most of the police officers riding commercial motorbikes often violate the traffic rules and regulations with impunity without being arrested. The bike riders' official spokesman said it is quite disheartening that traffic police officers are preventing them from playing the streets despite they have their license as prescribed by law. It stressed that the prescribed route for them to play is not roadworthy and sometimes results to minor accidents. Samuel Sese alleged that traffic police officers always charge them 200 million leones to release any motorbike arrested without receipt. We want to ask President Koroma if bike riders are not citizens of the country. Samuel Sese queries, adding, riding commercial bikes is the only alternative to our joblessness because we have to feed our families. Does the president want us to steal or go back to the bush? While the commercial bike riders were about to intensify their protest, the Minister of Political and Public Affairs, Madam Nate Thomas, pleaded with them to return to their normal business as the issues raised by them will be looked into, including those who were arrested during the demonstration. The minister warned that such demonstration will discourage investors. She invited a 5-man delegation of the union to her office to discuss the way forward. The Deputy Minister of Political and Public Affairs, Mr. Ahmed Femi Mansoure, also pleaded with the commercial bike riders not to take the law into their own hands, adding that they care about their concern and will find lasting solutions to the issues being raised. Political Sierra Leone, April 19, 2016. About 100 women took up their Islamic veil or hijab on Sunday in Wahadala, Barwari, Chiefdom, Bambali district. The women, both young and old, said they wanted to get closer to Allah through the teachings and deeds of His Prophet to be pure. I have decided to start wearing the hijab because I want to protect myself from praying men. And teenager who prefers anonymity told Political. I believe this will ward off men who make advances at young girls, as I believe they have a conscience. She went on. She added this will enable her finish schooling and become a medical practitioner. The chief organizer of the event, Haja Mariama Fadika, said the 98 women were Madingos, Lembas, and Locos who live in and around Wahadala. She said they had now formed themselves into Barawa Ajab movement to promote the wearing of the Muslim veil. The veils were provided by the Voice of Islam Women's Wing, represented by Ms. Fedika and some individuals who provided funds to buy them. The hijab movement's launch came after 5 days of intensive Quranic reading for the souls of Wahadala ancestors and for the protection of the current generation of sons and daughters from a place known especially for the Fofanas. Led by Alaji Fode Musa Fofana, they prayed for their safety and protection against evil and for peace, stability and democracy in Sierra Leone. That's the news for today from SBN. Now back to Ibrahim for the rest of the program.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the news from Headline Finney. Of course, I want to say a lot of thanks to Headline Finney from the news desk. Of course, basically that's what we have for you as far as news is concerned for this week. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, moving forward, we are going to bring you other programs now. Of course, like we told you, we are going to bring you an exclusive coverage on the summary between the two main political parties in Sierra Leone, and that is the All People's Congress, the APC, and the Sierra Leone People's Party, the SLPP. All right, and so that is what we're going to do today on the request of our viewers. Viewers have sent us comments and personal messages for us to draw that conclusion, to bring the summary between the two political parties. One is the incumbent political party, the APC, and the other is the main opposition party in the country. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. But before that, we want to bring you an exclusive video about what makes poor countries remain poor and what makes rich countries continue to get rich. All right, and so maybe this would be a little lesson for all of us, and especially the leaders of Sierra Leone, West Africa. So stay tuned.
There are 196 countries in the world. 25 of them are very rich, defined as having an average wealth per person of over $100,000. We're considering here a very, very poor. These are the 20 poorest countries in the world, where the per capita wealth is under $1,000 a year, or under $3 a day. Every country is now more or less on a path to growth, but the poor ones are growing very, very slowly. If Zimbabwe continues at its current growth rate, it will qualify as a rich country in 2,722 years. What we want to know in this film is why some countries prosper and others stagnate, so that we can understand what rich countries are doing right and get a better grip on the challenges and hurdles facing poor countries. There are basically three factors that determine whether a country will be rich or poor. The first is institutions. Institutions are beyond important. Broadly speaking, rich countries have good institutions and poor ones have very, very bad ones. The correlation between poverty and corruption is direct. The richest countries in the world are quite simply invariably also the least corrupt ones. And the most corrupt countries are also the poorest. When countries are corrupt, they can't collect enough taxes to get the good institutions they would need to escape the poverty trap. Half of the wealth of the world's poorest 20 countries goes into offshore accounts. Lost revenues in these countries totals between $10 and $20 billion a year. Meanwhile, without an adequate tax base, poor countries can't invest in police, education, health and transport. Now, a more generous way to look at corruption is that it's really a case of clan-based thinking. Say you're hiring someone. In the rich countries, you're meant to do so simply on merit, interviewing lots of candidates, then picking the best one, irrespective of any personal connection. But in poor countries, under the sway of clan-based thinking, that approach would itself be seen as corrupt. It's your duty to disregard the so-called best candidate from an anonymous bunch in order to pick someone from your own team, your uncle, your brother, your second cousin, the guys from the same tribe. As a result, poor countries don't allow themselves access to the intelligence and talent of the whole population. There's a second thing that keeps countries poor: culture. What goes on in people's minds, their outlooks and beliefs. A striking statistic pops up here in relation to religion. If there's one generalization you can make about religion and wealth, it's that the less people believe, the richer they stand a chance of being. 19 of the richest countries in the world have 70% or more of their populations saying that religion is not at all important to them. The exception here is, unsurprisingly, the United States, which manages to combine great religiosity with huge wealth. More on that in a second. And conversely, the poorest nations in the world are also extremely believing ones. Here's how many people think religion and the supernatural is deeply important in the following countries. In the world's poorest country, simply everyone is a believer. Why is belief quite so bad for wealth creation? Because in general, religiosity is connected up with the idea that the here and now can't be improved, so you should focus on the spiritual and look forward to a next world instead. It makes quite a bit of sense when you live here. In the rich world, on the other hand, people are generally great believers in their capacity to alter their destiny through effort and talent. Incidentally, to explain the anomaly of the United States, religion seems not to slow down economic growth here because it's a particular sort of religion, an overwhelmingly Protestant and exceptionally materialistic kind. The American God doesn't want you to think of building the New Jerusalem in the next world. He wants it here and now in Kansas or Houston. There are 196 countries.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so that was the video that you just saw. Of course, I am thinking that we have learned a great deal of information from that video. Of course, it's about, what makes poor countries remain poor, and of course, rich countries continue to get rich. I mean, it is something that cuts between the clan, cuts between, institutions, culture, and all of that, or belief. And so hopefully we will learn a lesson from that. You'll be able to rewind or go back to the beginning of this broadcast or this video and actually see that video again, so you can learn from it. And we are expecting our leadership or our leaders in Sierra Leone to learn from this. And so, ladies and gentlemen, now we're gonna go to bring you a summary between the Sierra Leone People's Party and the All People's Congress. Of course, we presented a historical perspective on both political parties in the past 2 weeks, and so today we're going to summarize. And so we'll leave you with the decision that you will make as to who is who or which is which between the two political parties. Of course, as you know, the SLPP, which is the Sierra Leone People's Party, was formed in 1951. And of course, the APC was formed in 1960. All right, and so we're gonna move on to bring you an exclusive information on these two political parties. Of course, for the SLPP was founded in 1951 by Sir Miti Magai, Sir Albert Magai, Shekhar Stevens, yes, Shekhar Stevens, Paramount Chiefs, and many more as the Countryman Party. Now, the reason for this was simple. Before the SLPP was founded, there was no political party to represent the protectorate, the countryside, the countrymen. There was no political party to represent them. And so since some of them were acquiring education, they thought that it was very necessary for the countrymen to also have their own political parties. And so these gentlemen, Samiti Magai, Albert Magai, Shekhar Stevens, Paramount Chiefs, and many other people from the countryside formed the SLPP in 1951. And of course, the SLPP won the 1952 elections against the National Council for the Colony of Sierra Leone. There was a National Council for the Colony of Sierra Leone, which was based exclusively in the western area of Sierra Leone, and that is where the capital Freetown is based. And that party or that council was mainly formed by the Creoles. Of course, that's where they were based, all right? And then SLPP was able to win in 1952, win the National Council for representation at the National Legislative Council, all right? And so SLPP members were appointed ministers in the Legislative Council, thereby making Sir Milton Magai as Chief Minister. Of course, because of that popularity, because of the victory that they had in that election, Sir Milton Magai was made the Chief Minister, while some of his other party members were made ministers. All right? And so on what concept was the SLPP formed? SLPP was formed on the concept of conservatism and democracy. All right? And what was the main goal of the SLPP? The emancipation of the protectorate of Sierra Leone. The main goal was to emancipate the protectorate of Sierra Leone. And that is why it was called the Countryman Party. All right? And now moving over to APC. APC was founded in 1960 by Shekhar Stevens and few of his friends, with the support of the Northern Province and some pockets of Western area. Right? That's how APC was formed in 1960. The APC was founded to boycott the independence talks in London, as Shekhar Stevens wanted elections before independence. That was the main reason why the APC was founded, because Shekhar Stevens wanted elections before independence. And on what concept was the APC founded? APC was founded on the concept of radical ideology based on socialist ideas, all right, or social ideas. And the main goal was to bring the all-powerful Magai down. That was the main goal of Shekhar Stevens, because he thought Sir Miti Magai was too powerful a man that was talking, independence talks on behalf of Sierra Leone as a country. And so his intention was to bring him down and also to have elections in the country before that independence. But he seemed not to have had his way. So how did he do it? The APC campaign strategy was based on violence and thuggery. Because there is this saying that normally people who come from the countryside are people who do not like violence. They do not like thuggery. And so once you are violent and you are a thug, they try to, avoid you. And so Shekhar Stevens used that to, as his campaign strategy, violence and thuggery. That was what Shekhar Stevens used exclusively. And so what happened next, right? What happened next? Now, the independence and the SLPP government. Now, the SLPP led Sierra Leone to the negotiation that led the country to its independence in 1961. So SLPP members led by Sir Miti Magai were the people who led the country, or who led in the negotiations with the British government for Sierra Leone to gain independence from British colonial rule. All right? And then the Sierra Leone People's Party, or the SLPP, governed Sierra Leone according to the dictates of the country's constitution. They were constitutionalists. They wanted to govern the country based on what the constitution says. The SLPP also encouraged the formation of other political parties. It was not a political party that clamped down on other political parties not to function. In fact, it encouraged other political parties to function. And then it smoothly transferred power to Sir Albert Magai when his brother Sir Amiti Magai passed away. There was no power struggle in the SLPP when Sir Amiti Magai died, and Sir Albert Magai took over, not because he was a brother to Sir Amiti Magai, but because of his strategic position within the party as a very renowned and very energetic lawyer from London. He took over after Sir Amiti Magai with no struggle, so the power transfer was very smooth. But then Sir Albert's government was very productive. It was one of the most productive governments post the Sierra Leone independence. It improved education, it improved agriculture, and of course the economy was highly improved in the country under the SLPP government of Sir Albert Magai. And then what happened under the APC at the same time? Now, due to the violence and thuggery that were perpetrated by Shaka Stevens and the APC, Sir Amiti Magai ordered the arrest of Shaka Stevens and his followers. They remained detained until after the independence. Yes, because the APC was formed to disrupt the independence talks in London and also to bring the all-powerful Amiti Magai down. Sir Amiti Magai ordered for his arrest and together with his followers, and they remained detained until after independence. And then after independence, they were released. Shaka Stevens, after release from detention, continued with his underground political machinery against Sir Albert Magai's SLPP government, even though the government was doing very well. He continued to perpetrate his campaign against him. All right, and so that is what the APC did at that time. And so next, what happened, right? What happened next? The SLPP government, post-independence. Sir Albert Magai ruled with dissent, placing the elites over the traditional rulers or traditional chiefs who were the founders of the SLPP. So Sir Albert thought that he was so powerful, being a lawyer, well educated. Now he started looking down on the founders of the party who were the traditional chiefs. All right, and so he placed the educated over the educated, and so Sir Albert became unpopular, which led to the loss of SLPP in the 1967 elections to the APC of Shaka Stevens. And so because of the way he ruled with dissent, placing the elites over the founders of the party, he became very unpopular, and the SLPP lost to the APC in that 1967 elections. All right. Now, though it tried to regain power through a military coup led by Brigadier David Lansana, SLPP never returned to that power until 1996. So can you imagine, SLPP was last in power in 1967 and never returned to power until 1996. All right? So instead, some of its members, that's the SLPP members, joined and supported the APC. Others stayed away from politics under the one-party state of Shaka Stevens. All right? And so under the APC, what happened? Military coups and the APC government. Shaka Stevens' APC won the 1967 elections against the SLPP. 4 military coups took place between 1967 and 1968 before Shaka Stevens was sworn in as the Prime Minister of Sierra Leone. We are talking about the coups of David Lansana and then later overthrown by junior officers, and then junior officers overthrown by Brigadier Jackson Smith, and then Jackson Smith overthrown by warrant officers, before Shaka Stevens was brought back to power in 1968 by the Governor General Tijan C. All right? And then few other coups took place which made Shaka Stevens' APC government very unstable. All right? So in an APC-dominated parliament, the House passed the infamous one-party state bill. Now we are calling the one-party state bill as infamous because majority of the people in the country did not agree with that system of governance, the one-party state. Because no other political party in the country was allowed to participate in the politics or to form and, to assemble, to organize, and to participate directly in the affairs of the country. And so what happened? Some SLPP members were absorbed into the APC while some stayed away. The APC then interfered into the operations of the country's judiciary and the civil service. So now it is one party state, it is only APC as a political party in the country, and so they directly interfered into the judiciary and the civil service of the country. They wanted the civil service and the judiciary to do things according to their liking. And so what happened next? After that, what happened, ladies and gentlemen? The SLPP government of the new era. All right? The atrocities that were committed by the REF, that's the Revolutionary United Front, which waged the civil conflict, especially in the provinces, rekindled popularity to the SLPP. All right? Because of everything that the REF was doing, that made the people yearn for the return of the SLPP. Because they were not thinking about the APC anymore, because it was the civil war was launched as a result of, was actually launched against the APC because it was the APC that was in power, and the reasons that the RUF gave were reasons that were purely associated with the APC. And so the people of Sierra Leone yearn for the return of the SLPP because of the atrocities that were committed by the rebels. And so the SLPP won the 1996 proportional elections amidst a civil war. There was civil war in the country, but there was a proportional election that took place on the request of the people of Sierra Leone. All right? And so SLPP negotiated with the REF and peacefully ended the 11-year-old civil war in 2002. So SLPP was able to end the war. And then SLPP banded the polarized National Army and requested the British government to help train a new army and police forces. And so the military was banned, which was a very unpopular policy, but the president insisted that it should be banned and a new army was to be trained. And that happened, and of course the British helped to train the new army and the new police force. And so SLPP re-established government institutions and decentralized government. All right? So most government institutions were battered by the Civil War. And of course, with the return of the SLPP, it re-established all government institutions and decentralized government, wherein the party gave power back to the people. All right? And so the SLPP also puts Sierra Leone back on the path of recovery after the war. You know, Sierra Leone was fastly returning back to recovery after the war. The SLPP peacefully handed power back to the APC in 2007 in a democratic election. When the APC won the election, SLPP peacefully handed power back to the to the APC. All right? And so what happened on the side of the APC? Shaka Stevens handing over the RUF and the APC of the new era. 1985, Shaka Stevens handed power over to the leader of the military in the country, and that is a late Major General or late retired Major General Joseph Saidu Momo became the head of state. 1991, military leader reintroduced multi-party democracy in Sierra Leone again. And in the same 1991, a Northerner by the name of Corporal Fode Sankor, Sebana Sankor, waged a civil war against the APC and the people of Sierra Leone on the allegations of corruption, abject poverty, greed, selfishness, nepotism, and etc., etc. All right? And so what happened after that? In 1992, junior military officers from the war front overthrew almost 25 years of APC rule. APC was overthrown in 1992 by junior military officers who were fighting at the war front. They came to the city, they overthrew the government. And so in 2007, APC regained power through a democratic national elections and with a handover from the SLPP to the APC again. All right? And so the SLPP peacefully handed power to the APC after that victory. And so since 2007, APC has been the government of Sierra Leone. The current president has run for 2 terms. He is supposed to retire from that position at the end of 2017. And that whether the people of Sierra Leone love this president or do not, he does not have any more constitutional right to contest any other election. And so those are the summaries from the Red Room right here, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, we are delighted to bring it to you exclusively. All right? And so that is the summary. So based on our broadcast 2 weeks ago, giving you a historical perspective of the Sierra Leone People's Party, and of course last week bringing you a historical perspective of the All People's Congress. This is our summary today, and it is left with you to make a decision as to who is who or which is which between the 2 main political parties in the country. Of course, many people now are maintaining this idea that the 2 political parties should actually go away and Sierra Leone is only better under new political parties. But the people of Sierra Leone do not see it that way, because the people of Sierra Leone, by historical evidence, have fixed concepts about certain things. But it is left with you to make that decision. All right? So we are coming to you directly from the Red Room today, and we are delighted to bring you that information. And so once more, we're going to go back to our brother Emerson with his new release, Survivor. Of course, Emerson has been crowned as the SBN patriot of all time because of his stance on issues, because of his speaking truth to the power through his musical lyrics. All right, so we are going to find a way to bring Emerson Bakari right here on Sherix Broadcast Network to give us his ideas and to talk to us about his career, musical career. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
The sun hot, man in the long months. Then they say where they pass, and meet up me man them. They say Emma still see they on the way they walk. I say party game money, no party game lock. The way me man they look me, I no see them shock like Emma see now come game go lock. The body bad say let we chop you one block. But long shot, the man them this gun. The man them say this thing no come up and fun. But let them guy forget small but them pockets. But the way them got a full soap and the cake. Have fun for on the ground step then they take them really big fence. Now they no more for make them so one bad man. Me they say now waiting. Why me for the talk so me shoulder and the khaki. He say in fact, coulda give me button. Yeah, I say you back coulda give you button. He say why me for the talk so like that other party picking. You know they take that in that other party picking. I say if you want, be black party picking. Me na original. Salon bobo taking. Them money no lock me. I take for the sick people they suffer. They dance party picking. So hold it along the line. The sister them buck up and the whole line. The right so then they fight for they on the line. The brothers then they involve bank line. Propaganda they fly up big time. Young man and they run out of time. The day no more fleck the old times. Fan they keep pumping and the bank say correct. Oh my molly, I do ya go tell pa we na his sons and daughters. Tell pa say people in the suffer. Tell pa say system hard water. Tell pa we were managing the gutter. Maybe we better. We get bread, we no get butter, but majority no get bread before I say butter. Una yo, una wait first. Say we don't land key, when we don't link. Angry they kill we, na that time una one pinch pani pinch and we. Angry man no get choice. All man no say angry man no get voice. You ain't get me, let them go buy for you toys. Now so they enter small boys. Small boys now they sabi cause noise. Small boys now they sabi rejoice. And now the system is for the smartest boys. Hiding the wolf in the sheep these guys. Every day I dey call these guys. Man not to God, now only God wise. But man will be in the battle. Link now they corner one then the photo. Then say they don't know how long we go dead on this life. Elected or selected, anyone he be now, the people disappointed. When say for away they do, now the matches so not just the catch. Let Munku boss man matches. Them get it for money, Munku boss man matches. Munku boss man matches. Constitutional right. Now I use the money tip and now we are. Let now they force them for see money. Munku boss man matches. So funny. Munku boss man matches. Put we come with a funny. Munku boss man matches. Then one scatter let her know Munku pawi. Munku boss man matches. Subhanallah, but the ranka don't book up on them. Abarenga no they try. So propaganda. Them say no another office. They know I hear nothing. All man much for batting. But I lie then they lie. The God no they lie. The ranka don't book up on them. Them just.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, of course, again, that is Emerson Bakari with Survivor. Of course, that is the SBN Patriot of all time. We appreciate you for that. Of course, next we are going to an extraordinary group that is rapidly rising up from Sierra Leone. Of course, we are talking about the Campaign for National Unity. Of course, members of that group are people they commonly refer to themselves as the unifiers. Of course, the unifiers currently are the people or the group that is the Campaign for National Unity is the group that is cutting across everything. Because according to them, they think that Sierra Leone should have done way better than where it is right now if there was a political cohesion, if there is national unity. The country would have been well ahead of development from where it is right now. And so this group has come about as a result of trying to bring everybody together. Because politicians in Sierra Leone are dividing the country consistently. In fact, their political strategies are based on divide and rule. You know, set the countries apart, disintegrate the people, you know, and so that is the main reason why a lot of people think that the incumbent All People's Congress Party is a nothing-based political party. Whereas they also think that the SLPP, which is the main opposition party, is a southeastern-based political party because of this divide and rule. And so the Campaign for National Unity has come into play to bring the people of Sierra Leone back together, to empower the people, to educate the people so they know their rights. They know their rights and responsibilities as citizens of Sierra Leone. And so quite recently they had a candlelight vigil or a candlelight parade in Freetown, Sierra Leone, commemorating the young people who sacrificed their lives during the Ebola crisis in the country. Now you can remember that when the Ebola outbreak struck our country, Sierra Leone, it was young people who came out in their numbers to work with the health ministry or the health facilities, to pick up the dead bodies, to bury the dead bodies, to work in the hospitals. Most of them lost their lives. And so the Campaign for National Unity had a candlelight parade in Freetown to remember those people, to remember the young victims of the Ebola crisis. And so they also they represented Sierra Leone at the Global Youth Community which had its activities in Washington, D.C. in the United States of America. And so this is the group we are talking about right now, ladies and gentlemen. One of their members also, who is a unifier by the name of Safiatou Sovula, also had a conversation at the AYV radio and television exclusively about some of these things that we are talking about. All right, and so we are going to bring you a video showing the main brain behind the campaign for national unity that he put together, to just give us a glimpse of an idea about what the campaign for national unity is all about, and how we can move forward as a country, uniting together in full force. All right, and then of course after the videos we are going to have an exclusive interview with two of the stakeholders of the campaign for national unity who are based here in the United States of America. We are going to talk to the national coordinator or regional coordinator for the campaign for national unity, Mr. Bakari Lansana, live from Chicago. And of course we are also going to talk to the Secretary General for the campaign for national unity in North America or United States of America, Mr. Sheku Samba, live from Minneapolis, Minnesota. All right, we're going to be talking to these two gentlemen after this video. So we ask that you sit tight as we bring you this information live from studio number 8. All right.
At the campaign for national unity, we campaign for everyone, regardless of their tribe, their district or region of origin, or their political affiliations. We believe that every voice and opinion matters. Every view deserves respect, and even if they disagree with us. To help us understand what your hopes, your aspirations, your dreams, your problems and issues, your concerns, we are running a national consultation to be able to influence the process of setting the political agenda for our common future. Whatever your age is, whatever your political views and concerns are, whatever you think about our future, it is our combined future. And your opinion matters. Help us. Together we can make Sierra Leone a country we can all be proud of. It is time to talk to each other, to understand each other, to care for each other. Not a time to be disagreeing or fighting each other. I am Jonathan Sandy from the Campaign for National Unity. Every Sierra Leonean matters. One nation and one Sierra Leone. You know, I gave a speech recently in Amsterdam with all the major political parties looking at Ebola situation and how we can deal with it. It was a constructive town hall talk with the chairman of the APC and the SLPP, and obviously with a lot of their supporters. Now I think that was a great talk and very useful. And what I took from that is we don't need the dramatic politics we have today. I think the answer to this problem is to change the kind of politicians we elect and the type of people who represent our views, especially on strategic issues that affect us all. And that's very much the point of view that I want to get across with the Campaign for National Unity. If you engage with movements like mine, you can help us in rebuilding trust in our democratic institutions. Only then can we create lasting change in our beloved Mama Salon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you had the conversation, the introduction of the panel that we are going to talk to today with regards to the campaign for national unity in Sierra Leone. You can see on our screen now we have two of the individuals who represent the leadership of the campaign for national unity. Of course, on the screen you can see Mr. Sheku Samba and of course Mr. Bokari Lansana. These two guys are pioneering efforts to continue to promote the ideas, the objective, the mission and goals of the campaign for national unity. And so we're going to talk to them now exclusively about the campaign for national unity. And so in this conversation today, ladies and gentlemen, I want to officially welcome both Mr. Bokari Lansana and Mr. Sheku Samba. Guys, can we hear you? Are you out there?
Yeah,
I'm getting you. So
Mr. Sheriff.
All right.
Thank you very much for the introduction. I'm getting you all right.
Okay, that's
and
good.
We are ready to promote campaign for national unity, North American branch.
Right. Okay. Sheku, if you can move towards your left-hand side a little bit, that would be good. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have this conversation today in our lingua franca. That is the national language of Sierra Leone, which is Creole. And the reason for doing this is for us to be able to reach out to as many Sierra Leoneans as possible. And that is the reason. And so many of our conversations are going to be in Creole, lingua franca, the national language of Sierra Leone. So right now, I'm going to switch over to that language. All right, so Lansana and Sheku, the reason we bring on a kind so today, now for let we able for talk to about the campaign for national unity. Of course, the reason is because of our activities inside our organizations. So I guess we'll start with Mr. Lansana. Lansana, I understand say one of the key for national unity. You will give me a quick summary of what the campaign for national unity Sierra Leone stand for.
Yeah, Mr. Sheriff, thank you very much. And Fambodem, who are listening to this program, are the great una, and are the tell una thank you for una they take una time for listening to we today. Me na the regional coordinator for campaign for national unity Sierra Leone North America branch. Well, basically, the campaign for national unity now an organization where we don't create, where now a kind of movement. It's a voluntary movement where they work for improve the political culture and economic prosperity based on with national reconciliation and the way how all will come together socially for enhanced development in Sierra Leone.
All right.
We currently know say division day in Sierra Leone, and people they not trust each other, even along political party affiliation, ethnic side, and even on regional lines. We as campaign for national unity, we believe in political transformation, economic transformation in Sierra Leone. So as a result, we don't sit down, we don't think and say, we need for we all as Sierra Leoneans, we come together, for work together, for make peace and unity. So we go able for whole we leaders then accountable for the things that way that they do, where now the division that they bring amongst we. We believe say Sierra Leonean then within the government we on the line of divide and rule. And this not fine because the country belong to we all as Sierra Leoneans. So campaign for national unity, the main aim now for make sure say then work with students, youth, the marginalized population, women and children, for now we mobilize them and we cut across. That where I say cut across, whether you na northern province today, na eastern province today, na southern province today, na western area Freetown you dey, we all for come together and join hand for make the country and benefit from all the natural resources. We main vision for campaign for national unity is we dey try for create a working and living conditions for all Sierra Leoneans, irrespective of your political affiliation, your tribal affiliation, your region or your of origin, etc. So that we will improve everything, all resources for all Sierra Leoneans.
All right.
We mission statement now, we dey work for attain national reconciliation and we dey try for bring we self together socially all across the country. And we create a kind of hope for unity and collective actions where we will able to work together for get economic prosperity.
Right.
As Mr. Sheriff, you know, say the way how we coat of arms is created. You will see our underrun unity, freedom, and justice.
Right.
And then make we flag green, white, and blue. When you look at the flag green, white, and blue, you go really know say the green is therefore we natural resources. The white now for peace, and peace we know say na unity. And then the blue now the water, the ocean. But we know say we get natural resources inside the water. What to make with feel forefathers then create the national flag like that? Then believe say, then put the white middle. Then believe say that white way resemble peace and any outside peace the unity day. Then believe say when we are united, we will able to benefit from the resources within the land, within the vegetation, and then at the sea. So we don't sit down, we don't think at campaign for national unity. Say the only hope for Sierra Leone is for Sierra Leoneans to come together and work together in unity across all tribal lines, all regional lines, all political lines. So we're able for reap the benefit of resources. Now that's not the overall aim of campaign for national unity. So it's devoid of political party, it's devoid of any ethnic background or any regional lines. We all for come together, follow, mobilize, and make saloon. Now that make we don't decide for create campaign for national unity. It was created in 2013, and the chief unifier, we they call with them unifiers. The chief unifier now Dr. Sandy, Jonathan Sandy.
Okay, Mr. Booker, we are coming to all of that. We come to that one day. You know, now just the introduction will be needed at that point. Thank you so much. Let me bring Sheku come in for a little bit. Sheku, we understand, say, you are the interim Secretary General for the campaign for national unity, especially in North America. You can able to tell with viewers them a little bit about the internal structure of the campaign for national unity?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Sheriff. This is a very good move we don't take for bringing me on your panel, and we really appreciate your endeavor. We appreciate the kind of program you're running for the Sierra Leone community. Then, the issue of campaign for national unity at this point in time is very much crucial because our country at this point in time is focused on many things that are not healthy for our democracy.
Right.
There is a poverty of unity, there is deficit, trust, and all of these things originate from the fact that the majority of us Sierra Leoneans will concentrate much on election more than any other aspect of democracy.
Right.
So as a result of that, we consider it necessary to come together, particularly when you look at the national flag, green, white, and blue, you look at the national anthem, you look at the national pledge. It's so healthy, it's so rich that if we look at the meaning of these things, then if we look at the riches of we land, we will see say yes, Sierra Leone will get hope for prosperity. That is why we come together, we form this campaign for national unity. We internal structure a well spread, highly represented. Of course, as you say, me and the regional secretary general for the movement. Then we have our financial secretary. We have various other committees that run. We have event planning and fundraising committee. We have our treasurer. But all these structures that they talk about, it widely spread across the regions of Sierra Leone and among the tribes. We the hope for do everything that cut across. It's not cut across movement. We believe say it is only through this that we can truly.
Okay. All right. Let me bring in Mr. Lansana back in. Of course, Mr. Lansana, like how you will talk, we know say Sierra Leone needs national unity. Of course, based on everything where they go on at the country, we don't find out say the divide and rule not they help the country as well. And also like how Sheku don't talk, you know, people that they focus more on the electoral part of democracy more than all the other aspects. But if I can ask you, Mr. Lansana, waiting specifically spur una into the action of putting together this campaign for national unity, what you would tell people then?
Thank you, Mr. Sheriff. Well, basically, when you look at the world all over, you see say the world itself, they face some serious international crises. And when you look at the reality of why these things and they happen, you go see say a lot now responsible for them. Now we ask ourselves a question. We as human beings and we unify today? No. Will they work together towards we common goods? No. The national government of each country on planet Earth, they get one voice and one heart and mind? No. So this is not the time where we feel say we for stop the fighting among ourselves and start for truly work together for the good of everybody throughout the world. So that make where we feel say we create campaign for national unity. When you they ask yourself, Lord, we just say all the questions and where I ask, we say no, because we not get any unity. All we need, they think about now competitive economic greed and selfishness. Where a very where it happen right now in Australia. If you want proof, I will show you. At least when you think about the Ebola, the past Ebola war, at least 3,955 people then died during the Ebola epidemic, according to Waiting Amnesty International talk. During that time, after the war done where the Ebola come, then number they don't die. During that same time, the exploitation of violence against men and girls, they don't high. State of emergency powers, they use them for curtail the right to peaceful assembly of political opponents.
Right.
When they see a lot of political police accountability, then when they see visibly without pregnant girls, and then they discriminate them from going to for going to school or take their exam. The criminal libel and other laws, they don't come for type of freedom of expression. So we sit down, we look at them together, say, oh, this if we all not come together, they come to a time where nobody not going to forget any right for expressing as alone. So the only way forward now for all come together for fix the problem. Now that make we think about campaign for national unity. Salome for saying a very good organization. So we decide for say North America will for be part of. So that how comes we create Campaign for National Unity, Salome, North America branch Naya, and with the work hand in glove with the Home Office.
And so, Mr. Bokari, before I bring in Sheku back, there was in your introductory statement something the way you talk, say, this campaign for national unity is devoid of politics. I go on for me enlighten that a little bit, talk about that a little bit.
Well, this now a purely grassroots movement. It not get any political flavor attached. That means we are purely civil society movement where we work with the grassroots population for try for bring development in the country. We believe say 60% of the youth in Sierra Leone now then get strength and the knowledge for try for develop the country. But they are marginalized. So we believe say for work with them, devoid of what government they do for try for divide them, we they try for sensitize and create awareness in them. For let we forget about this bad that. Lord we forget about all yuki what they play. Lord we join hands together. Lord we forget. We're not able for really say we not go work with the government. We work with the government, but we get our own bylaws and constitutions where the government we for say we not to any political entity. So now I make us say devoid of any political affiliation. We now purely a movement, a grassroots movement, civil society movement, where they try for bring development cut across all the other regions. The country.
Right, but according to all evidences what they see from Sierra Leone, Mr. Lansana, what they see now, Sierra Leone don't turn to a country wherein everything, I'm talking about 360 degrees of activities where they happen at Sierra Leone, to some form of politics there in them. Everything where they go on in Sierra Leone has some form of political activities in them. So how CNU, Campaign for National Unity, go able for succeed in Sierra Leone if it not participate in the politics?
Well, when I say devoid of politics, it does not mean we not participate by politics, because that's now one of the things we would get for do as a living being.
Right.
CNU, one of the things that we would do now for even educate and sensitize the youth and grassroots population for let them come out and vote.
Okay.
Like currently now, we get the constitutional review committee process a day on.
Mm-hmm.
CNU, one of the things that they do now for go down to the grassroots and educate the people then in their own languages. So then we're able to know which kind of constitution we get for can govern them.
Right.
If we don't strengthen people then that way, the citizens then that way,
mm-hmm.
then we'll get right for come out and say when time come for election, what's you know go the door and say, well, even if I vote, that nothing on the card, they still remain in the poverty. Mm-hmm. But this government and we own government, so they come out will go vote. Now this person will want because this person in our office say ideology. Or that gone are those days where politicians they come for tina for tell we say will they make road, will they bring water. But we want politicians then where it go count now before they use the marginalized population. It talks say now this have been done they do for now before even they buy in for politics. Now they can think the world would preach to the grassroots and the youth and the students. So then we're able to actively participate in the political affairs of the country.
Okay.
So it does not mean when I say devoid of political, I say we're not a TNAP as political party.
Okay.
But we are a pure grassroots movement.
Right. Okay. Well, that is properly explained because we want for level viewers then really get a thorough understanding of what you talk. All right. So make I bring Sheku Samba in. Sheku, you've been the the regional scribe for CNU here in North America. In case somebody did watch this conversation all get today and then become interested in either learning more about CNU or joining the efforts, waiting at the information where you get out there for then kind people then they so that then go able for join una or no born what una.
Well, Thank you, Mr. Sherry, for that particular approach, and it's very important to this movement because we believe that Sierra Leone will get all the democratic institutions there. We movement is not really intend to replace any of these democratic institutions. We get the rule of law in place. We get civil movements, civil society movements. We have our parliament. We have the judiciary in operation. You know, but the most important thing is like most of the things that we see, we don't travel out of the country, we don't see it operate. We believe say nothing not the way different from what we get over under. We get similar institutions with the under and the same one within there. But what they make we own they're not effective, why they not they work the way they want to work now. When I travel once a time from here to Chicago, I go, I see checkpoint. Checkpoint there, then they take money. Sierra Leone will get checkpoints. Then they take money. But how will they use we own and how they want to use the own now? It's very important. Then another thing again, we don't really see Sierra Leone will they focus much on election more than any other thing in the democratic process. After election or during election, somebody can tell you say, now this I do, now this I get for do when I win. And nobody know they ever taking time for us how you get for do this. What are the strategies then will you just can achieve these goals? And after the election, we don't ever hold the leaders or representatives accountable to their manifestos. Or after election, we don't keep ourselves connected to our elected representatives. How many Sierra Leoneans, and particularly the youth, the students and the grassroots, when are we strategic partners in this particular movement? When you don't oversee young man in the crowd, they say, let's go listen to debates in the parliament. Let's go engage with elected officials on the issues where they affect the community. This clearly they should say, yes, we they elect based on the fact that this man and me ain't come on at the same area, this man and me ain't the same come on from the same tribe, and me ain't in the same political party. Yeah, but right, you can do that. But after election, let us focus on the issues where they affect the community. Like during one of our discussions, we don't create a kind of WhatsApp movement wherein now the networking, social networking program, wherein people that they come with ideas. We don't see a lot of Sierra Leoneans then when they come in, then they discuss issues. One of the things we would discuss the issue of indiscriminate disposal of garbage or trash in Freetown. You go to other cities, all these things are organized.
Right.
When you go wrong, why would people then they behave this way? We need to change that mindset. This particular movement a kind of redirection. We want to redirect this of our strategic partners. Okay.
Right. And so, Sheikh, the question again.
Country forward.
Right.
I think we want every Sierra Leone to take serious.
And so the question was again, in case somebody they watch una now, a one for join una or a one for learn more about una, who said they go for gain information where they go able for no boards the CNU?
Well, currently, if anybody want for join this organization, we don't begin and post on the WhatsApp. If you want, you go take my number, send your number to me. With 763-244-9293.
Okay.
If you send your number to me, wherever you do, I will not say yes, now this place you do, so I will able to fit you into this particular WhatsApp social networking program.
Right.
With your idea.
Okay.
Or we even get with website who they operate at a global level.
Okay.
When I www.cnu.org. If you go there, you could see the organization, or we get with office where they are Freetown, where it is 68 Victoria Street. You will go there if you need a salon, who give you name? Add you to with social network program.
Okay.
So with that, we're able to continue on network and share ideas.
Right. Okay. Mr. Lansana, you want to add something?
Well, I've been actually one for add, but able for get now because the website, since we're not able for creating a website here, this organization in North America, it just started not even 1 month yet. So, but we operate in conjunction with the Home Office. So I'll be one for just tell people then we get a Facebook, then we for follow winner Twitter. You just type campaign for national unity. Then you can able for like we page if you go now Facebook, campaign for national unity Sierra Leone. Then like the website where Mr. Sheku Sambagi, you can able for go there www.cnusl.org, your campaign for national unity.org. I mean, we get a lot of other things like the WhatsApp way they talk about. We don't create a very formidable WhatsApp group now North America here. A lot of people that don't they praise the WhatsApp say it's different from all other WhatsApp groups because we only treat issues and not other issues we they discuss on and educate people then. So you can able for send you the number to Shiku Samba. They don't give you the number just now, or you can able for send them to me 773-312-2312. The Chicago, I can able for make Samba Sheko put you on the WhatsApp. So these are some of the ways. But very soon we'll go down, create our own website, and then they go the flow in line with the salon official.
And so, Mr. Lansana, what in some of the activities then where women are be done to engage in since the formation of Campaign for National Unity? You go on for level viewers, they know some of the activities.
Well, basically, before actually we think about establishing the office here, now the branch here in North America, the Campaign for National Unity be done to engage in series of activities like reforming political parties, talking to mobilizing the grassroots on the ground in Sierra Leone, and working with engaging the community for let them engage, for let them sensitize in the current constitutional review process, and then the census process too. But very recently, when we don't create this organization now, we've been before within these 3 weeks we don't establish the organization. We work with the Home Office for try for celebrate the Global Youth Community Service Day. This Global Youth Community Service Day will work in conjunction with the Youth Service America. Youth Service America, when Dr. Jonathan Sandy began for camp, they try for create a kind of network with Youth Service America in Washington. So we work with them, and then we'll be able for get a kind of program together with them where if you go na Youth Service America then website, what we do on the Global Youth Service Day a day. What basically we do na global during the Global Youth Service Day, we just try for make sure see after the Ebola, what next? The youths and where them be there during the Ebola, where they sacrifice their life during the Ebola. The students that would then sacrifice their life during the Ebola. So the doctors, the medical doctors that would then sacrifice their life, almost society, people then sacrifice their life during the Ebola epidemic. Are we just going to leave these people to just die like that and we don't remember them? Campaign for National Unity say no. Since we not cut across, even if you die, we will still remember you. So we try for commemorate the death of them while they don't pass away. And then we want for let there be a special national day for remember them kind people then. What is simply we do? What we do was we get press conferences, we engage the media, Then we go to church for pray, we go to mosque for pray, and then we establish ginger beer stances. We create ginger beer drink. Sometimes somebody go ask why make na ginger beer drink una dey create, because now one of.
All right, we seem for don't lost them and the day, but we are coming back there. All right, hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, you are on. You are on. So keep going, Mr. Bokari. You are on.
Yeah. So wetin some people then go ask, then say wetin campaign why make people dey use ginger beer? Campaign for National Unity believe in the fact that with natural resources they're very much paramount to with development. Ginger beer na one of the things that we everybody they drink am as radium. Not to liquor dey inside, but say rum then they drink. No. Muslim man sef they drink ginger beer. A Christian man sef they drink ginger beer. Anybody, whether you are Christian or Muslim, they take ginger beer. So we create ginger beer stands in each part. Where you pass, you can follow you volunteer. If you want for give small thing, you give small thing, you take ginger beer, you go the article. So now the thing that they will do this Global Youth Service Day we don't pass in conjunction with the Youth Service America. Why we involve Youth Service America? Because they get a lot of resources who they use. This na the time we feel say we get for try for connect with youth to the outside world. So by connecting Youth Service America, we don't able for try for network with them now. Now we don't create the organization. We work hand in glove with Youth Service America. Then with a plan for law, we let them try for create a kind of resources, and again, we representatives for let them go mentor the students in Frobe College, Milton Magai, IPAM, Jala, Eastern Polytech, McKinney University, and McKinney Teachers College, and other institutions within it through. So the youth then will get way how for attack, how for approach issues, how for engage the community leaders, how for engage political parties, how for engage in community building. So Youth Service America then get a lot for let them do for we. So now that make we network with them. So those are basically some of the things we don't do, Mr. Sheriff.
Okay, and so I don't know if Sheku is back on. He's not on yet. Are you on, Sheku? All right, Sheku is not back on yet, so we're gonna go on with the interview. And so, Mr. Bokari, I know say when you finally decide say you want for when I want to pursue the objective of bringing national peace and unity. Now, Sierra Leone, one of the ways that okay, Sheku is here. So, Sheku, are you getting us now?
Yes, I'm getting you clear.
Okay, well, Sheku, make I put this question to you. For making able for achieve realistic, unity in Sierra Leone, when I get for be seen to be a body where they operate with some form of neutrality, wherein the people that they see when I say almost all sectors of society in Sierra Leone are represented in your structure. You want to tell me if when I get that kind of structure right now in Sierra Leone, wherein all the sectors then get represented in your organization. I mean, I'm talking about people who are very sensitive towards like regional sectors, such as, tribal sectors. If when I get too many people that inside, when I executive, when I get Limba people that inside, when I get Mende, when I get Kono, that kind of setup. Is that something you guys are considering to do?
Yeah, exactly. So that question is very much important to achieving national unity because NIMEC, we try to make sure say the national office will get in Sierra Leone, the headquarters in 68 Victoria Street, where we want to encourage each and every Sierra Leonean for the goal for information there. You will see say almost everybody there, all the regions and tribes are represented there. And in fact, we work very hard for establish offices in the various provincial, towns, like Bo, Kenima, Makeni, so that we will get then use our target strategic target population participation in this particular process. Now, we always believe that, first, the youth, the grassroots, and the students, I tell you, say, now then we strategic partners. And these individuals, they cut across the nation, particularly the youths. We really need them. We need them to champion a lot of things. We need to work with them to have a national youth agenda, wherein we will encourage our leaders to work with these agendas that have been set by the youths. And as time goes on, we therefore get National Youth Conference, wherein we encourage all the youths from the various regions, whether their coordinators and representatives, come to have a kind of national conference and talk on the issues of national issues that affect the youth throughout the country. We want to foster a kind of collaboration between the youths, among all the youths in the country, like those in the north, so that they will be able to collaborate with those in the east. If the youth are Makeni, then they do something great towards national development or the development of their community. The one that wouldn't do Thailand, then will able to collaborate for know what they go on at the north, or the one that wouldn't do then will know what they go on at the Nabu. So with that, they will able to say yes, they back need to work towards their community development. They are much more there is done between them, between the community and the elected officials, so that they will able to come up with most development programs.
Okay.
So, yeah, the representation is okay.
Right. And so, Mr. Lansana, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And so now my question to you, Mr. Lansana, is that as a regional coordinator, I know say one of the main goals of the campaign for national unity now for make una get one level able to achieve the primary goal of bringing every Sierra Leonean together. Una change the mindset of Sierra Leoneans, wherein Sierra Leoneans then go begin to think not on the basis of tribe, the basis of religion, the basis of friendship, the basis of region, but let them think as Sierra Leoneans. Now let us assume if we're not able to succeed for do that one day. In order for you guys to be able to consolidate that success day, we're not going to need for taken to the next level, and that is the political level. So you want to tell me if the campaign for national unity, they give any consideration for a potential, potential step into a political aspect of our country, so that we're not going to consolidate what you want to do right now?
Mr. Sherif, thank you very much. As I began earlier on, I said we are a voluntary movement, based mainly on grassroots level. And before ever I answer this your question with regards to the regional biasness they talk about, we feel say like even this campaign for national unity would want establish now. The current committee chairperson is from the north. Okay, we now in the handle the financial aspect and other aspects when a very important aspect about the organization here is from the north. Okay, then we get another Creole guy with it from Freetown. Okay, we instead they handle a very powerful position as a treasurer, Then we get another person also from the east. Of course, we are the regional coordinator. So basically, coming back to your question now, we not get any intent for take any political power. We intend now for mobilize the whole Sierra Leoneans. And there we make sure that we hold the government accountable for we natural resources then. Waiting we as Sierra Leoneans forget enough for nobody, not for Tifa, not for Kerango, any side. Now we get right to RAM, so now we get for dictate how we for use them. and that make we mobilize the youth then and try for great incentives and employment for youth then. Let them take the lead. Once youth don't take the lead in the political affairs of a country, that country will grow. It does not mean if CNU don't achieve the aim of national unity, CNU therefore step into a political line for try for contest. We don't have an iota of that idea for do that, and we not even get for do one. But waiting we get for do, we get for mobilize with people, sensitize them, educate them, give them the strength for let them take power. I mean, let them take the power of where they get, where they right, where they get. I don't call that as power, but the right where they get for holding representatives and accountable. So CNU SL stroke NA or CNU SL and the diaspora, they don't get any idea of jumping into politics.
Yeah, but my point is now how for consolidate your hard work. Let us accept that you don't do all of these good things, you don't succeed. How do you consolidate it? Knowing Sierra Leone to be a country where people are now used to reversing all good things to become bad things. How will I go able for make sure say the good work we will get for do, will I go able for consolidate them? Is it by putting proper people into proper positions of authority in the country so that then go able for continue for do the good work we don't start?
Well, it's very simple.
Right.
Mr. Sheriff.
Yes, Sheku.
Yeah, Mr. Sheriff, that question is very much important because one of the reasons of forming this particular campaign for national unity is to redirect the mindset of Sierra Leoneans towards the nation.
Right.
What you for do for the nation? You know, are you going to help your country to fall in the pitch, or are you going to help the country to move forward? If you become member of this particular movement, we believe, say, as time goes on, you'll be highly grounded in the ideology of this particular movement, which we stand for. We stand for national unity, we stand for accountability, we discourage all forms of discrimination. If you buy all these ideas, we say you are interested in politics, we not ban anybody from going into politics, but we believe, say, if you go there, we also rely on you to move forward the right policies and programs that cut across the nation, you know. So that is what really we do as an organization. We rely on you, we train you, we bring you up. We make sure, say, yes, you get the national focus. So with that, if you go up there, you do something great.
And so, you know what, I don't want to play the devil's advocate, but knowing Sierra Leone for the number of years where we don't go through corruption, we don't go through political, instability and all the other things that happen. Some people then go talk, say, you know, waiting them and they are, waiting they don't come with a good thing. So make I take advantage of their good work, make them train me, make them groom me, so that I go gain a leadership position. But once I don't get them, I go back to my old ways, because now they don't give me access. Now that kind of thing at the talk about. Waiting at the plan B where we not get for make sure say anybody who don't train, we don't gain leadership position, and don't go begin to do things that are against the objective of campaign for national unity. Waiting when I go do that kind of person. Mr. Lanson, are you able to comment on that?
Well, basically, based on your question, Mr. Sheriff, you know, the country as a whole itself, it gets a very nice and well-written constitution. The problem with Sierra Leone is the implementation of laws.
Right.
Campaign for national unity, they try for work hand in glove with even the lawmakers. We get researchers, we get legal-minded people. So we work hand in glove with all those people. If we don't imbibe in you and trust in you, say you get all the national integrity for turn you as a leader, then you flout the principles of campaign for national unity. The constitution has to say it. If you go, mind you, now the way the campaign for national unity they do is, then they train people then they sensitize people then they make them aware, but let them say, oh, you can able for represent we. Why you feel say then go able for tell you say you can able for represent we? Based on your past history, waiting and waiting you don't do for the nation. Then go say this person go able for help we out for help this particular constituency. But if then you don't appoint a particular leader now in particular parliament, this na the thing why make the youth them for play more role in the constitutional review process. If you don't appoint you constituent you parliamentarian, then you parliamentarian you take power. Another even kind of constituency again. The people then get right for pull that particular parliamentarian day. So then think them all for be informed by the constitution. For say if you take power for work hand in glove with your constituency. And the parliamentarians then forget a very strong connection with the people. So if you take power, you know they do waiting people they want, you just try for play on their mind and take all them training, then imbibe all them political cultures, then go CNU don't give, then you go you want renege. CNU get important way then go for even if at national level the constitution, then quit them, then they go bring you come back na your own position.
Okay, so Sheikh, you are the scribe for CNU North America. You can able to tell viewers then how regularly Unaki hold meeting and you know how Unaki hold a meeting and by teleconference, or when I get any plan for really meeting at a physical location wherein you guys will get to know each other physically?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Sherif. That question is very much important because as we do this, we're supposed for the meet and brief each other where there are challenges, we deal with them, where there are successes, we talk about, and we try to enforce what we don't achieve and putting at the lapses, you know. But at this point in time, we meet through this social media, this WhatsApp conference call program. We really hope for meet in person so that we will be able to know each other. We meet once a month, and the 9th of every month, now we don't decide to say that we meet and discuss issues that is important to our nation.
Right.
You know, and most of the activities then we would hope for undertake, and therefore be very much crucial for bringing we together for level to know ourselves. You know, like with the plan say we forget some town hall meeting, town hall debates, and other things in other places of this country. Would even the things say like during the UN conference, General Assembly meeting, at least we try to organize a kind of dinner in places like Philadelphia, where we will invite some of these heads of states.
Okay.
Say thanks to you during the time we'll get Ebola. At least now the social help we do for me. At least because of that, we are very much grateful. We thank now Sierra Leoneans and we appreciate that so much. So with this kind of ideas, this kind of things will able bring we together to know we self. It will make we work as a team. It will make it strengthen the relationship so that the brotherhood will try to enforce and achieve. We will able to achieve.
So for right now, the only way we the whole meetings then over teleconference or social media, right?
Sure.
Okay, but there is a plan for say when I want for meet now a physical location, get to know each other, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So now that all members then they crave for because the kind of ideas that we they based on the things that we they talk about. But actually, let me tell you, this organization is very much crucial at this point in time because we don't really see many other countries, you know, they get then they get what is then we, you know, when they vote. Countries they over 151 countries and where the citizens and they abroad and they vote during the elections. But right. Sierra Leoneans, and I've not asked a lot of Sierra Leoneans and whether or not they are for 40, 35 years, whether they don't ever vote in Sierra Leone's election. They say no. This they happen because we are not united. If we are united, we will able to bring all these issues together. We lobby with the government, with our home government in Sierra Leone, so that then we will get the voting rights. But currently, we are citizens of Sierra Leone, but at the same time, we are disenfranchised. If they meet, any kind of programs, and they meet in the way they meet, and then discussion, who they get. This can be a very good forum for us to discuss issues of national program, of national importance.
And so, Mr. Lansana, one of the things that the government of Sierra Leone are very good at is when very important and good programs like DEWAC, erupt, that they do a very good work for sensitize the citizens of the country for, embark on a campaign for national unity. We find out, say, some of the government, instead of encouraging a group like this, then go discourage either then clamp down on the youths there or then try for discourage even when meetings. Even though the youths there or Sierra Leoneans have the right to assemble, according to the constitution. So what in an event where something like this happen, wherein the government try for stop waiting when they do, either by telling people and say they're not getting right for assemble or they're not getting right for the way they do, what's in this step where when I go take for make sure sit down they don't happen?
No, this is not funny, but I laugh because this has been happening. Waiting to make a laugh. Very recently, I proposed to the Home Office, CNUSL, for this independence when they come. We need for celebrate Sierra Leone in 55th independence celebration. But I look at it, then I write, I say, I not see anything with alone for celebrate. So rather than we celebrating, let us go on a hunger strike. Because everybody in Salon is hungry. And a hungry man is an angry man. So one guy replied to me, he said, well, based on the current situation, if they say then they go on a hunger strike, the government go try for trample upon them. I said, well,
just a quick observation. The people that are hungry already, how they will go on another hunger strike? They are hungry already.
Well, that is it. You get for go on a hunger strike, in a sense, you get for consult media now for tell them, say, publicly say, we are on a hunger strike. This is no time for us as Sierra Leoneans to celebrate anything. Rather than you use that money to celebrate for this particular independence, use that money and create job for youths. Use that money and give us clean water. Use that money and give us electricity. Use that money and give microcredit opportunities to people so they can farm. So but they tell me this, they say the government not go grade this and that, this and okay, I say it's all right. But we can say sit down at your home and then still go on hunger strike and then just inform the media or get a press conference at the office. Now the main office they tell them say today all we follow us then we unify us then and they on hunger strike. Let the message go far and wide. Because with the attempt for try for write a project or one agricultural project where then say Youth Feed Africa, then get some $1.4 billion for Africa. And mainly then they share them by region. Where West Africa, East Africa, North Africa, So we want to try to get a part of this national cake where the Youth Africa they share. So a situation of that come, but to answer your question now with regards to clamping down on people if and say then they exercise their right. We say the Bill of Rights. Now the thing where people are entitled to against every government on earth, be it general or particular, and no just government no go refuse that. If we try for put her in the words of Thomas Jefferson, in 1787. But if ever that happens, which I know say it can happen, we have some measures to take. First, we try internal process, due process. If the internal due process, where I say internal due process, that's within the home country. We try to forget all the necessary protocols. We will entitled for we say we entitled to forget a possession. If that fail, then we go ECOWAS. Follow we sue the government. Because when once the citizens are in power, then be able to take the government at any level. So we try to imbibe this in the minds of every Sierra Leoneans that gone are the days where government they do certain things to certain people or a group of people and then they go free. We at Campaign for National Unity, once things we discuss on issues and then the issues not anyway political and then you try to stop them, we get to take the due process of the law and make sure they will go to court. We believe we say we will win. And we will blame and shame that government.
And so finally, Sheku, go ahead.
Yeah, Brother Sherif, that particular question, it brings one important point where it brings to my mind is the role of the police or the law enforcement in the democratic society. You know, are we seeing the police as agents of the state, or are we seeing the police as agents of individual politicians?
Mm-hmm.
Or are we seeing them as agents of a particular party? The police then did to give protection to the citizens.
Mm-hmm.
But fast too long, because of the kind of divisiveness we don't occur in the country, we don't deviate from some of these roads. Some people then, we know even the police recruitment, some then they not on tickets. So whether they give them tickets, and then with them lawyer too.
Mm-hmm.
So they can work very hard to make sure they don't protect that individual or that particular system we don't put them in.
Mm-hmm.
But the mindset of the police should be that of national focus and protect the lives and properties of the citizens. So in the case of issues like that, main beliefs say if we come together as a nation through this national unity program,
mm-hmm.
you know, we engage our strategic partners with the youth and the students, the grassroots. They fully understand, say, this is not the role of the police. And the police too, through symposiums, through debates and other things, we could invite them, for many would they talk about their role,
mm-hmm.
educate the community about their role. And the community will hold them responsible for the role that for which they are, you know, hired to perform.
Right. And so finally, Lansana, there is a name that is associated with Campaign for National Unity, and that name is Dr. Jonathan P. Sandy. I want to know, because this man, me and don't come into close contact, I don't talk to her, I know the kind of sophistication he has, both academically, politically, and even administratively. This man is a very powerful man, but he's associated with this group. You know, now somebody when I don't try for tap into your resources and see whether he get plan for head this organization into politics of that country in the future. Now don't talk around that.
Well, we and Dr. Sandy, he is the principal founder for Campaign for National Unity.
Right.
And as rightly as you describe him, is a man of integrity, a man with a wealth of knowledge. And
I see where Sheku they laugh when they describe you, man. I see where they smile.
And they work at the United Nations.
Right.
This man not get any thinking about political, going into politics at this moment, but rather a main focus na the development of Sierra Leone. How Sierra Leone will develop, how Sierra Leone will able to get good leader. And your belief and ideology is so different that when I look at them, I say this is fit to have been a philosopher. I look at Sierra Leone and say the only way we'll be able to achieve peace and develop is for us to come together and cut across. It bring the idea of cut across. Cut across, now the only thing we need for Salome for develop. So the man is a developmental man. He's not really a politician. If ever in believing in policy is, if ever you want to be a leader, if for be leader of the people. Now the people then get for putting a power, not to yourself get for force yourself on the people. So this is the kind of man. So not until maybe Sierra then all sit down, then look say, oh, we get a very intelligent man, a very sophisticated man, a man where is very neutral. So Lord will all decide for say, Lord put this man a power. Then maybe it will all know what happen. But until that saturation point is reached, and I not see it say it get any idea for take any political ambition yet. It's a very cool, calculated man, friendly, but developmental oriented. So we not even, because we the only talk on developmental lines, we not the talk on political lines. So I don't think say it get any idea of that, of what you are thinking about. Okay, nonetheless, looking at campaign for national unity.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I want to hear the nonetheless part. Right.
Looking at campaign for national unity and the fast rate at which they don't begin for spread throughout the country. Mm-hmm. You go see throughout the 12 districts where all we get facilitators there all around. Mm-hmm. And campaign for national unity is not for Sierra Leone alone. Mm-hmm. A day within the Mano River Union. Once we don't achieve unity in Sierra Leone, and then we don't get a formidable structure and institutions where they work adequately, then we can able to spread now the other Mano River Union countries. But for now, we principal founder, they lead way towards development and imbibe it in the minds and heart of every Sierra Leonean for let them join this train of unity so we will move the country forward. Not on the line of joining politics, but on the line of development for every Sierra Leonean. So we ask each and every Sierra Leonean for come on board. This one is devoid of all race, tribal, ethnic, and regional dimensions. It cuts across. Be you any other person in Sierra Leone, don't take yourself as any other person. We are all one people, one country, one world.
Right. Okay. And so, Sheku, are you there?
Yes, I'm still there.
Okay. Well,
very interesting question, really, with regards to that one. Right. Let me tell you plain. Jonathan Sandy, mm-hmm. I admire so much because mm-hmm. the man full of ideas. He mm-hmm. really get a wealth of experience on many issues, and mm-hmm. I believe say with unity everything mm-hmm. is possible. And he don't do this in many other places. He don't achieve this. He don't work with other communities outside of Sierra Leone. He don't work with other countries particularly.
Yeah, and still don't.
I would say in the issue of coming into politics or discourage somebody from getting into politics when you are part of this movement, we're not going to say we'll discourage you from getting into your political system. But at the same time, we main focus at this point, why make with it work with everybody, with even in this Jonathan Sandy, when the principal founder, again the wealth of experience we believe say essential for the development of the country, for the unity we want. But if you want to get into politics, this is one thing. We're not going to discourage them from not get into politics. But it could do one devoid of this particular campaign for national unity. This one is a neutral organization that cut across. It can work with every political parties. Even on political party reforms, we work with the opposition party and the ruling parties and all the principal players, so as to come up with national solution. But if you want to go into politics, in fact, that would be fine because we want people that will them focus. We want people that will get the country at heart. We want people the way they don't work on issues in other countries that we don't work. Like they don't do something like Kenya, Nairobi right now beside the base. You know, what they don't do is so great, and the people that buy into this idea of cut across movement. So we believe, say, in Sierra Leone, if we adopt this kind of thing, and Jonathan Stanley, I tell you, whenever they call, if we in the talk, a man, if they talk with you, forget pen and paper. If not, you the loser.
You are talking to me about somebody that I know very well. But anyway, ladies, gentlemen, I am very much delighted to have gotten you out here. I tell you plenty thank you for Una Cam, a campaign for national unity Sierra Leone, of course. Both the regional coordinator for United States of America and the Secretary General, Mr. Bokari Lansana and Mr. Sheku Samba, respectively. One for say plenty thank you to Una. Of course, we go for the follow now, strictly for that we see if everything Una don't talk now, Una get for Duam, because the people of Sierra Leone go depend on Una. Maybe the future of the country lies in your hands. And so we go for the follow Una, but at any age, anytime when I say there is a very burning topic that Una want for that we will discuss, please feel free to call us and we'll make arrangement for us to have the conversation. So once more, I want to say a lot of thanks to you guys for everything. All right?
Thank you too for thinking about this and making this kind of opportunities available to campaign for national unity. We always go on for be aired with any program when a developmental program for Salon, now you radio, now you TV station. So we very much appreciate that and thank you very much on behalf of Campaign for National Unity's Radio North America branch.
Thank you so much. All right, Sheikh.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Sherif. I've been on the follow-up list of your programs, but really, when you don't decide to follow us, that's a very good thing because we want monitoring. We want people there for the follow we for many see what you would do. So with that, we know say what you would do. We have a lot of critics. We have a lot of opposition. But what we focus on the message. What is our message? What are the issues that are so much important to us? What are the issues that affect our country? We have a lot of things that cut across. Everybody suffer. When the Ebola came along, everybody suffer, cut across. When the war came, everybody suffer, cut across. When you talk about the issue of the indiscriminate disposal of garbage in Freetown, everybody they see these things, everybody they suffer from this. All this cut across. When we talk about street trading, all these things, these are issues we cut across. If we want to start the street there, they really see this thing. Or if we work together, if we come together as a nation, we'll be able to solve our national issues without even going to war. We can have constructive criticisms. We criticize and come up with solutions. Don't just criticize. Be part of the solution. Don't be part of the problem. So that is all what we want as Civilians. Thank you very much.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Again, thank you for coming on. And of course, we'll continue to follow you closely. Thank you.
Pull the money for the buy. Say anybody where you act like die. Say we can't stop and for God not a lie. Hold it along the line. Broco boss then a line. All our money still they on the line. Fight and uptick till the end of time. Put lights go run out of time. Guinea then gets hydro 5 year time. Yeah, so then they patch generator then they buy time. Water no they run na the pump line. Education no rotting down the pipeline. We there no more like the old times. Them I just like with the bank time. All we hearing nowadays now more time. Somebody scratch me say fine yeah they around. And I say correct. Oh fine bolly I. We a tell pass all I'm more they kill we. Ask pass how come me know they feel we. Tell her make you check. Somebody they conceal with the intellect. My inside but to then seal we. Let you not be say. Not all robots and they kill we man and they be. But to not don't deal we. Man they were up. Walking all day. All man broke. Trucking all day. Una go wait for us. Stay with all lanky. Where we don't link. Angry they kill we. Now that time una want pinch off. But the been chengi we. Angry man no get choice. Angry man no get voice. You will get me let them go buy for you toys. Now so then they enter small boys. Small boys now they sabi cause noise. Small boys now they sabi rejoice. And now the system this for the smartest boys. Hiding the wolf in the sheep these guys. Every day I they call it this guy. Man not to God, now only God wise. But man no be in the battle. Lean now and corner 1-1 then the photo. Then say they don't know how long we go deep on this life. Elected or selected, anyone it be now the people disappointed. Then say from where they do now the matches will not just the scratch. Let Munku boss bam matches. Them get it for money. Munku boss bam matches. Munku boss bam matches. Constitutional right. Now I use the money to find out we earn. Like now they force them for see money. Munku boss bam matches.
All right, guys, that was the campaign for national unity representatives. Of course, we spoke exclusively to Mr. Bokari Lansana and Mr. Sheku Samba from Chicago and Minneapolis, Minnesota, respectively. And so that is the campaign for national unity representatives, ladies and gentlemen. You've heard them, and so we encourage you to try to know more about these guys. As far as Sherix Broadcast Network is concerned, we think that they are doing a fantastic job, and that if only they can achieve their objective, Sierra Leone will be the next paradise. Because it is only one thing that is holding Sierra Leone down: the divide and rule, the disunity, and the regional or tribal politics that keeps playing. If we are able to put that under control, we should be able to regain the lost glory of the country. And so we want to say thank you to Mr. Bokari Lansana and Mr. Sheku Samba for representing Campaign for National Unity Sierra Leone. All right? And of course, we're going to also right now bring you this exclusive video, of course, again, about what makes poor countries continue to be poor and rich country continue to be rich. You know, I think it's a very important video that we have to continue to see. We are going to bring that we are going to bring it to you right at this hour.
Of over $100,000 a year. They are. But far more countries are quite poor, and some, which we're considering here, are very, very poor. These are the 20 poorest countries in the world, where the per capita wealth is under $1,000 a year, or under $3 a day. Every country is now more or less on a path to growth, but the poor ones are growing very, very slowly. If Zimbabwe continues at its current growth rate, it will qualify as a rich country in 2,722 years. What we want to know in this film is why some countries prosper and others stagnate, so that we can understand what rich countries are doing right and get a better grip on the challenges and hurdles facing poor countries. There are basically three factors that determine whether a country will be rich or poor. The first is institutions. Institutions are beyond important. Broadly speaking, rich countries have good institutions and poor ones have very, very bad ones. The correlation between poverty and corruption is direct. The richest countries in the world are quite simply invariably also the least corrupt ones. And the most corrupt countries are also the poorest. When countries are corrupt, they can't collect enough taxes to get the good institutions they would need to escape the poverty trap. Half of the wealth of the world's poorest 20 countries goes into offshore accounts. Lost revenues in these countries totals between $10 and $20 billion a year. Meanwhile, without an adequate tax base, poor countries can't invest in police, education, health and transport. Now, a more generous way to look at corruption is that it's really a case of clan-based thinking. Say you're hiring someone. In the rich countries, you're meant to do so simply on merit, interviewing lots of candidates, then picking the best one, irrespective of any personal connection. But in poor countries, under the sway of clan-based thinking, that approach would itself be seen as corrupt. It's your duty to disregard the so-called best candidate from an anonymous bunch in order to pick someone from your own team, your uncle, your brother, your second cousin, the guys from the same tribe. As a result, poor countries don't allow themselves access to the intelligence and talent of the whole population. There's a second thing that keeps countries poor: culture. What goes on in people's minds, their outlooks and beliefs. A striking statistic pops up here in relation to religion. If there's one generalization you can make about religion and wealth, it's that the less people believe, the richer they stand a chance of being. 19 of the richest countries in the world have 70% or more of their populations saying that religion is not at all important to them. The exception here is, unsurprisingly, the United States, which manages to combine great religiosity with huge wealth. More on that in a second. And conversely, the poorest nations in the world are also extremely believing ones. Here's how many people think religion and the supernatural is deeply important in the following countries. In the world's poorest country, simply everyone is a believer. Why is belief quite so bad for wealth creation? Because in general, religiosity is connected up with the idea that the here and now can't be improved, so you should focus on the spiritual and look forward to a next world instead. It makes quite a bit of sense when you live here. In the rich world, on the other hand, people are generally great believers in their capacity to alter their destiny through effort and talent. Incidentally, to explain the anomaly of the United States, religion seems not to slow down economic growth here because it's a particular sort of religion, an overwhelmingly Protestant and exceptionally materialistic kind. The American God doesn't want you to think of building the New Jerusalem in the next world. He wants it here and now, in Kansas or Houston. There are 196 countries.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of our broadcast for tonight. But before we go, we just want to give you a recap. And of course, that recap has to do with the summary that we gave today regarding the 2 weeks of historical perspective on the two main political parties that we talk on here at Sherix Broadcast Network. We brought you a summary on the two political parties and for you to make a choice as to who is who. Of course, we know that the SLPP ruled between 1962 and 1967, which is about 5 years, and of course also ruled again from 1996 all the way to 2007, which was about 11 years. And so put together, we can say SLPP ruled for 16 years, from 1962 all the way to 2016. The APC ruled from 1967, from 1968 all the way to 1992. That's almost 25 years, and then has ruled again for almost another 10 years, and that is going to be 35 years. So between the two political parties, you want to tell us who is who or which is which. All right, so that is the broadcast that we brought to you here today at Sherix Broadcast Network. And of course, we also crowned Emerson Bokkari, the Sierra Leonean musical star in Sierra Leone. We crowned him as the SBN Patriot of all time for his stance on the crucial issues of Sierra Leone, for speaking truth to the power in Sierra Leone, for being a fearless musical artist. And so for all of that, we have crowned him as the SBN Patriot of all time. And of course, we are looking forward to talking to Emerson Bokkari exclusively on music and his musical career, right? And so, ladies and gentlemen, once more, my name is Ibrahim Sharif, and on behalf of myself, the board members of Sherix Broadcast Network, and our news anchor, Miss Edline Finney, I want to say a blessed week ahead. And of course, I want to say a lot of thanks to you for following us, and of course, for being with us here. All right? And so this is how we are going to end the broadcast for tonight. And so hopefully you can comment on our broadcast on YouTube under the comment section, or of course feel free to send or to go to our website, which is at www.sherixwebradio.net, and of course send us a comment about what you think about our broadcast. And so far I want to say a lot of thanks to you guys for everything that you did today. So I want to say peace to you. All right.